Well, have you ever searched for a product online or mentioned it to a friend and then suddenly you see ads for it everywhere?
All the time. Now, this phenomenon is called surveillance capitalism, and it is changing the way that we spend our money. But is this a good thing or is it a bad thing? We're joined by security expert Daniel Lukovitz and financial coach Rebecca Pritchard. Good to have you both on. Dan, let's go to you first, buddy, because this whole concept, okay, and part of me goes, modern technology is amazing. Part of me goes like, wait, they're listening to me?
Well, the funny thing is everyone just watched a segment on tigers, and you're going to start seeing ads for tiger-related holidays appearing all over the internet. So best case, that's just Bader-Meinhof phenomenon and it's a total coincidence. But worst case, the internet knows what you've bought, it knows who you are, where you live, what your income is, and it starts throwing ads and trying to sell you things based on those preferences. And it's actually quite scary from a privacy standpoint.
Well, Rebecca, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, have you seen it actually affecting how people spend their money?
Yeah, I have, and it's quite similar to a credit-fueled economy in that it really enhances the dark side of human nature, which is fueling unintentional and impulsive buys and just clicking through a bit on autopilot, which means that, unfortunately, we tend to waste a lot of money without even realising it.
Well, Daniel, I mean, what do we do here? I mean, if you're worried about this, and I know a lot of people, it's like, I was talking about shoes, and the next thing you know, my Facebook is all about shoes. Do we just shut down our social media? Do we worry about microphones on our computers? What are we doing here?
Well, the scope that's available to commerce and to business is unbelievable. If you think that Facebook has got about 2.3 billion users, and that's about the same...
But then what about our privacy? If they've got that scope, where is the individual's
Well, that's
privacy?
about the same as the whole of Christianity. So we're talking about everyone, and yet just staying off social media may not even protect you. I've never really been on Facebook because of privacy concerns, and a few months ago I set something up just as part of a corporate account, and the first thing it did is overnight it sent me emails about every person I've ever met saying you might know this person. So they call them shadow profiles. Even though you're not a member of the social network, it still knows a whole lot about you, and it's very, very much unregulated because the internet is effectively the Wild West.
I mean, we seem to focus on Facebook all the time, but I mean, they're not the only culprit here, are they? Google, Amazon, Apple, would you say they're the main four? Well,
not only are they the ones that we know about, but there's all the other things lurking below the surface that we don't know about. And I suppose, look, privacy is a bit like virginity. There's a lot of temptations to give it away, but once it's gone, you never get it back. So if people...
Good morning, everybody.
So if people are handing out information, that's gone forever. So it's very important to be able to know what you're giving away, but also be very careful about when ads are pushed to you. Start thinking to yourself, well, you know, does this know a bit more about me than I might know even about myself?
Rebecca, let's bring you back in on this because, okay, here's three paranoid people go, they're listening, but this new data economy, it changes the way we shop. Maybe there's a positive side to this.
Look, and there is, and particularly for millennials, the convenience behind this, even if it does enhance some of our less beneficial behaviours, the convenience is really positive, and I would really challenge people when push comes to shove, when they trade off that privacy versus convenience. We're now all so used to this. And like, I know I speak into my phone sometimes hoping it's listening to me, going, please, in a few days, can you throw up an ad around this? As much as we like to complain about these side of things, it does also come in really handy.
All right, thank you both for coming on the show this morning. Great to have your company.